Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your trusted host and purveyor of all things informative and absurd. Tonight, we embark on a journey into the captivating and murky world of cybercrime, deception, and the enigmatic figure at the center of it all, Dr. Ruja Ignatova, the FBI's most wanted cyberqueen. Get ready for an exhilarating ride as we dive into the twisted saga of OneCoin, a fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme that duped countless victims and siphoned billions of dollars. Witness the world's most wanted woman and the mastermind behind one of the biggest scams in history. Her ability to deceive so many is truly astonishing. Gaining the trust of countless individuals only to then vanish without a trace leaves us in awe and baffled by her mysterious disappearance. So sit back, relax, and join me on a gripping roller coaster of shock and disbelief as we uncover the dark corners of the cryptocurrency universe. Together, we'll explore the depths of this captivating story and attempt to make sense of the enigma that is Dr. Ruja Ignatova. Let's begin this thrilling journey. But hey, don't keep all that knowledge to yourself. Join our community of curious minds by subscribing right now. When you do, drop us a comment saying, "I subscribe," to let us know you're on board. We'll do our best to respond and engage with your questions and suggestions. Together, let's uncover the hidden secrets and untold tales on casual history. Born on the 30th of May 1980 in Ruse, Bulgaria, to a Romani family, Ignatova relocated to Germany with her family at the age of 10. She spent part of her childhood in Schramberg, Baden-Württemberg. While there are claims suggesting she may have studied at the University of Oxford in England, no specific details about her college, course, or date of matriculation have been verified. In 2005, she obtained a PhD in private international law from the University of Constance in Germany, focusing on the topic of lex causae in conflict of laws. Aside from her academic achievements, Ignatova is reported to have worked for McKinsey & Company at some point in her career. Now, before we continue with our story, I have a disclaimer for you. Investing in Bitcoin can be quite complicated. If you don't fully understand it, it's probably best to steer clear. However, for those curious minds who want to grasp the basics, let's try to explain Bitcoin as simply as possible. So what exactly is Bitcoin? Well, it's a type of digital currency often referred to as a cryptocurrency. Unlike traditional currencies issued by governments and banks, Bitcoin operates on a decentralized network without a central authority, like a central bank. It was designed to enable peer-to-peer transactions without the need for intermediaries like banks. Now let's go back to the beginnings of Bitcoin. This digital currency was invented in 2008 by an anonymous person or group using the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. They published a white paper detailing how this new currency would work, and in 2009 the first Bitcoins were mined and entered circulation. But how does it all work? At its core, Bitcoin operates on a technology called blockchain. This is a distributed and public ledger that records all Bitcoin transactions. Instead of a central authority overseeing these transactions, the blockchain is maintained by a vast network of computers spread worldwide. This ensures transparency, security, and prevents double spending, where the same Bitcoin is used for multiple transactions. Now let's break down the process step by step. Creation, mining. New Bitcoins are created through a process called mining. Miners use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems, and when they succeed, they are rewarded with newly minted Bitcoins. This process also validates and secures transactions on the network. Wallets. To use Bitcoin, you need a digital wallet, much like a personal bank account for your Bitcoins. It stores your private keys, which are essential for signing and authorizing transactions. Sending and receiving Bitcoin. When you want to send Bitcoin to someone, you create a transaction using your wallet. The transaction is then broadcasted to the network. Confirmation. Miners on the network collect and verify transactions in groups called blocks. These blocks are added to the blockchain after consensus is reached within the network. This process is known as confirmation, and it ensures the legitimacy of the transactions. Security. Bitcoin's security comes from its decentralized nature and the consensus mechanism. Because the blockchain is maintained by a vast network of computers, it is extremely difficult for any single entity to manipulate or control the system. Supply limit. One unique feature of Bitcoin is its capped supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in existence, making it a deflationary currency. This scarcity is intended to preserve its value over time. So imagine each Bitcoin transaction as the transfer of Bitcoin value from one digital wallet to another. When you send or receive Bitcoin, a record of that transaction is created and shared with the entire Bitcoin network. Now here's how it all comes together. Step 1. Individual transactions. When you make a Bitcoin transaction, it's broadcasted to the entire network. This transaction includes details like the sender's wallet address, the recipients, the amount of Bitcoin being sent, and a digital signature for verification. Step 2. The network needs to confirm and verify the transaction to ensure it's legitimate and not a fraud. Bitcoin miners, equipped with powerful computers, do this important job. Step 3. Grouping into blocks. Instead of handling transactions one by one, miners collect several transactions and bundle them into a block. Think of a block like a container holding a bunch of transactions. Step 4. Miners compete to solve a complex math problem related to the transactions in the block. The first one to crack the code gets to add the new block of transactions to the existing blockchain. Now this part is going to be clear as mud. The only thing you can do is count the number of times the word blocks are about to be used in a sentence. Step 5. When a miner successfully solves the problem, the new block is added to the blockchain. This process confirms and makes all the transactions in that block officially part of the Bitcoin history. Step 6. Linking blocks. The blockchain is a chain of blocks, with each block containing a list of transactions and a reference to the previous block. This linking creates a continuous and secure record of all past Bitcoin transactions. By organizing transactions into blocks and adding them to the blockchain through the mining process, Bitcoin creates a secure, transparent, and decentralized system for recording and verifying all its transactions. This prevents any single entity from controlling or altering the transaction history, ensuring the network's integrity. It's like an ever-growing book of truth for the world of Bitcoin. But here's the thing. Bitcoin's value can be highly volatile. Its price can experience significant fluctuations in short periods, offering both opportunities for profit and risks for investors. So proceed with caution and remember that understanding Bitcoin is no small feat. But hey, at least now you've got a basic grasp of how this digital currency operates. Now let's delve into the intriguing world of multi-level marketing, a business model that Ruja Ignatova saw as the perfect vehicle to execute her grand scam. In multi-level marketing, products or services are sold through a network of independent distributors or representatives. These distributors not only earn money from their own direct sales, but also by recruiting new distributors, forming what's known as a downline. This downline structure creates multiple levels or tiers within the distribution network. But how did multi-level marketing come to be? Well, the concept has been around for many decades, gaining significant popularity in the mid-20th century. Companies like Amway and Tupperware were pioneers in this field, and the model quickly caught on due to its ability to rapidly expand reach and sales force without hefty advertising costs. So how does multi-level marketing actually work? It's quite straightforward. First, an MLM company develops a product or service that they want to sell. It could be anything from health supplements and beauty products to kitchenware or clothing. Next, they recruit independent distributors to directly sell these products to consumers. These distributors are not employees, but rather independent contractors who work on a commission basis. As distributors make sales, they earn a percentage of those sales as their commission. The more they sell, the more they earn. But here's where the MLM magic comes in. Distributors are encouraged to recruit others into the business. When new distributors join, they become part of the recruiter's downline. And guess what? The original distributor then earns a percentage of their downline sales too. This recruitment and downline building process can continue for multiple levels, creating a hierarchical structure of distributors. The more extensive a distributor's downline, the more potential there is to earn commissions from the sales generated by the entire network. Now here's where Ruja Ignatova's genius and deceit comes into play. She saw the enticing promises of multi-level marketing as the perfect bait to lure in potential investors. With the promise of financial freedom and unimaginable wealth, she drew them into her deceitful web, all while concealing the true nature of her fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme, OneCoin. The audacity and cunning of Dr. Ruja Ignatova knew no bounds. The OneCoin scam was an elaborate web of deception, luring unsuspecting investors with the promise of untold riches and financial freedom. Operating under the guise of selling educational packages, OneCoin claimed to offer tokens that would allow buyers to mine their own OneCoins. It sounded enticing, but the reality was far from it. There was no legitimate mining process, and the blockchain structure, the very backbone of a true cryptocurrency, was nowhere to be found in OneCoin. To make matters worse, the exchange that was supposed to enable the trading of OneCoins for real money was perpetually under construction, mired in constant delays. Yet this didn't stop the elaborate deception from flourishing. The so-called educational materials, for which buyers shelled out anywhere from $100 to a staggering 100,000, were later exposed as plagiarized content taken from other sources. It was all part of the elaborate ruse to keep the scam going and maintain the illusion of credibility. Victims were enticed with the promise that their investments would yield valuable OneCoins, destined to soar in value over time. However, this promise was nothing but a mirage. OneCoin had no intrinsic value, no real assets backing it up, and its price was solely dependent on the willingness of new investors to buy in. The scam relied on loopholes and technicalities to evade regulatory scrutiny and thrive in the shadows. As a digital product with no tangible form, it proved difficult for authorities to detect its fraudulent nature initially. OneCoin's network grew like wildfire, fueled by experienced multi-level marketing sellers who spread the word far and wide. Seminars were held across the globe, luring more unsuspecting victims into the get-rich-quick scheme. The tragic consequences were devastating, as some individuals desperate for a better life sold their very homes or valuable possessions, like precious farm animals, to invest in this fraudulent mirage of wealth. And Dr. Ruja Ignatova was a master manipulator behind it. Gaining the trust of her followers was a cakewalk for this charismatic con artist. She had them eating out of her hand with captivating speeches that left them hanging on her every word. And let me tell you, she knew how to put on a show. But that's not all. She had a bag of tricks up her sleeve to enhance her image and credibility. One of her little tricks involved a cleverly staged photograph. A Google image search of Dr. Ruja would lead you to believe she was gracing the front cover of Forbes magazine like some kind of financial wizard. But guess what? It was all smoke and mirrors. That was a paid advertisement in Forbes Bulgaria, tucked away beside an unrelated watch ad. Sneaky, right? Yet she didn't stop there. Oh no, she wanted to make sure everyone thought she was the real deal. So she flaunted her legitimate PhD and her time at Oxford University, which, let's be honest, is pretty impressive on its own. But wait, there's more! She carefully crafted an aura of authority around her, making her look like the queen of the crypto world. And guess what? People bought into it hook, line, and sinker. Enchanted and impressed by her aura of credibility, they fell right into her trap. Her charm and charisma had them convinced that OneCoin was the golden ticket to financial freedom. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the plot thickens. At 4:45, Dr. Ruja Ignatova was supposed to grace a OneCoin seminar in Lisbon, Portugal, back in October 2017. But guess what? She was a no-show. And that was a red flag because she was known for her extreme punctuality. Colleagues tried to reach her, but she seemed to have vanished into thin air, leaving everyone scratching their heads. Now, being the mastermind behind the OneCoin scam, Dr. Ruja knew she had enemies. So she always had not one, but two bodyguards with her for security. But despite those precautions, she vanished, leaving behind a swirling whirlwind of rumors. Some said she was kidnapped by big banks, while others believed she went into hiding to escape their clutches. The truth? Nobody knew. Enter her younger brother, Constantine. He took the reins of the OneCoin empire after her mysterious disappearance. And let me tell you, he's quite the character described as a tattooed and muscular figure, but maybe not as sharp as his big sis. Fast forward to March 2019, when Constantine was about to catch a flight from LA to Bulgaria. Guess who showed up? The FBI, that's who. They arrested him, charging him with money laundering and fraud. And here's the kicker. They had secretly charged Dr. Ruja over 2 years ago, right around the time she vanished. The FBI declared OneCoin a fraud on the same day they nabbed Constantine, raising questions about whether Dr. Ruja had been tipped off about the whole shebang. Despite ongoing investigations, Dr. Ruja Ignatova remains missing, and the mystery surrounding her disappearance and the fate of OneCoin continues to perplex many. Now, the mystery of her whereabouts deepens. Her brother, Constantine, spilled some beans during his FBI testimony, revealing that before vanishing, she was living in Bulgaria. Apparently, Dr. Ruja was feeling the heat from critics and feared that someone close might rat her out to the FBI, so she decided to vanish into thin air, and we're left wondering where she might be. But hold on tight, because new documents have surfaced, and brace yourselves. They suggest a spine-chilling twist in the OneCoin saga. Allegedly, she might have met a gruesome fate back in 2018. According to these documents obtained by Bird, she was allegedly murdered by none other than a notorious Bulgarian drug lord named Christoforos Amanatidis Taki, or simply Taki. And get this, Even the head of Bulgaria's national homicide investigators, Mikhail Naumov, is allegedly involved. This shocking story unfolds like a crime thriller. Ignatova's alleged murder supposedly happened on a yacht in the Ionian Sea in November 2018. Her body, allegedly dismembered, was tossed into the ocean, all according to drunken statements made by one of Taki's affiliates. Speculation has been running wild about Dr. Ruja's disappearance, with rumors of her changing her appearance or going undercover. And then there's that London apartment of hers, up for sale but seized by German prosecutors. Bird is a reputable investigative organization, and their findings hint at a possible connection between OneCoin and organized crime. We're talking about a shady underworld of crypto and crime in Eastern Europe, Russia and the Balkans, where schemes like OneCoin can be used for money laundering and shady business deals. This revelation sheds a whole new light on the dark history of OneCoin, and it's a sobering reminder of the dangers faced by crypto scammers who play with fire and get tangled up with criminal elements. So the question remains, where is Dr. Ruja Ignatova? Is she a victim of a chilling plot, or is she still out there, hiding in plain sight? We might never know for sure, but one thing's for certain. The tale of the FBI's most wanted Cyberqueen and the OneCoin scam is one heck of a roller coaster ride. Her saga is a chilling reminder of the dangers lurking in the world of cryptocurrency. With the mystery of her disappearance and the shocking possibility of her alleged demise, the story leaves us with more questions than answers. It serves as a cautionary tale of the risks and consequences faced by those who engage in fraudulent schemes, as well as a stark reminder of the need for vigilant oversight in the ever-evolving world of digital currencies. But wait, our journey into the dark underbelly of cybercrime is far from over. Get ready to uncover another captivating tale of deception, intrigue, and the pursuit of ill-gotten wealth. In our next video, we delve into the world of Hush Puppy, also known as Ramona Bass, a flamboyant Instagram celebrity turned international cybercriminal. From his lavish lifestyle to his shocking downfall, this is a story you won't want to miss. So hit that play button and join us as we uncover the astonishing truth behind the rise and fall of Hush Puppy. Let's dig in.